Stay tuned for Jim now, who's on line one from Goose Bay. Jim, how are you this morning?
Fine, thanks. How are you, Jim?
I am good. What's it like up there today? I remember being in Goose Bay this time of year, and it can be a tad bit chilly.
Oh, it's beautiful. Of course, it's cold. That's what we're all about in the winter time. We don't, if you want warm weather, go to Florida. Leave me with my winter. I love it.
Yeah, Goose Bay
We're just waiting for snow. We have no snow. Southerners are getting all the snow. Not only does Nova Scotia get our power cheaper, but they get our damn snow, too. I resent all of that.
Well, I'm sure Nova Scotia would trade the snow. I don't know about the cheaper power. But anyway, so what...
Somebody's already said that. They'd give me the snow.
So what are your current thoughts on Muskrat Falls? You're up there. The last time I was there in the summer, a lot of work going on up there. People can see it. What are you thinking about Muskrat Falls at this point?
Yeah, we can see it, feel it, smell it, and it hurts the eyes, all of the above. Anyway, what I'd like to respond to is yesterday some gentleman stated that, or alluded to the fact that there were too many critics against Muskrat Falls. He said it was a good deal and should be left alone. I understand myopic thinking. We all have that problem. But he also mentioned that Newfoundland needs to get out from under Quebec. I can't hardly figure that. I don't think Newfoundland was ever under Quebec. But anyway, not to quarrel with that either so much, but certainly Quebec Hydro took advantage of the upper Brinko's dilemma back in when they were building the upper Grand River generating station.
That's an interesting point, because I think, we have used politically here in Newfoundland and Labrador, and every party has been guilty of it, the myth that we got screwed in the Churchill Falls deal. Yeah, we did, but we screwed ourselves. We were at the table, and we didn't do as good or as well as we could have in negotiating that particular deal, but nobody's ever worried about a proper and fuller exposition on all of that, so good on you for saying that this morning.
Well, do you think Newfoundland would have done any better, any different if they had been in charge of that, on the upper side of that? They wouldn't have.
Well, financially, we'd be in a better place, obviously, if we had gotten a better deal. But in terms of the management, I can't speak to that. But it's important to get at some of the core things here. Anyway, keep going, Jim.
No, well, all that aside, that's a done deal. Now, here in Central Labrador, we've taken full advantage of that because we pay 3.8 cents a kilowatt hour for our power here. I mean, there's nobody on the planet does better. So, but that's going to be gone from us now. And if that is going to happen to us, then what we're going to see now is going to be the worst of the worst, because with Nalcor coming in at 40 cents a kilowatt hour delivered and selling it for 4.2 cents, where they're going to have to take it from the taxpayer to push it up, we have no hope of ever seeing those good rates here again, because I think the coast benefited from this as well, because our rates are, they were prorated to come closer to us, so it was good for all of Labrador, but it seems like anything that suits Labrador just has to go.
What about the broader argument that people make, Jim? And when I was in Goose Bay this year, and certainly my dad was there for years and years, I mean, it's a different place than it was 10 years ago. It's almost like it's back to the days of when the base was at full operation. There was money flying around all over. People were employed. It seems to be the case again now. What do you make about the bigger argument that Muskrat Falls is, and the other mining projects, and there's another one in the news today, of course, Alderon, are huge economic generators for the region, and all of the money that is potentially made off of that will offset some of the concerns you and others have about power rates?
Well, this isn't really fair either. I mean, the very fact that if this power from Muskrat Falls has to go to the mining company, we have to subsidize that as well, because Quebec is sitting there with that a quarter cent a kilowatt hour to business power, and it's legislated that Newfoundlanders and Labradorans are not allowed to avail of that. So that just digs a hole deeper for us. There's no consolation in that. Okay. And you got to know that Muskrat Falls, the legislation around this is horrendous. I mean, Bill 29, Bill 60, and 61. Look, no competition. And worse, we're shut out from the PUB. The word draconian is always used. I've never delved into the history of that totally, but it don't sound good. It sounds ominous. So none of this is good for us. More to the point, or the point I really want to make about this, the fact that Labrador is getting the dirty end of the stick here in terms of our environment is wrecked with it. Methyl mercury poisoning, flowing out into the sea, nutrients blocked from these 8 rivers in this river valley. What's that going to do to the Labrador Sea? The science has never been done. This so-called panel they had, JRP, nobody did any science. Nalcor just stood there and bullied everybody on it, and of course their mandate was just to get this done. Consultation was a damn nuisance, and that's the end of it.
Well, thanks for your thoughts today, Jim. The board's lighting up here. You started us off. Hopefully others will share their views, either pro or con or different entirely. Look forward to hearing them. Thank you, and have a good Christmas if I don't talk to you.
Thanks, and you.
Bye.